Suburbs, a landscape built on the promise of predictability. The same houses, the same routines, the same quiet hum of normalcy. But this predictability is a fragile illusion. It only takes one small detail, one persistent anomaly, to shatter it completely. Our investigation today begins with such a detail. A mailbox, specifically your neighbor's mailbox. The one that is always, inexplicably, full. This isn't a story about forgotten mail. It's about a silent, unsettling presence, passive signal of a profound and terrifying wrongness. It starts as a passing thought. You notice your neighbor, the quiet family at number 42, hasn't collected their mail. Not for a day or two, but for a week. The small metal door of the mailbox is crammed shut, bulging with letters and flyers. You might feel a flicker of concern, or perhaps annoyance. But then a new week begins, and the mail carrier somehow manages to stuff even more inside. The laws of physics and postal regulations seem to bend around this one single point of suburban dread. This is where the psychological horror begins. The full mailbox becomes a focal point, an obsession. It's a phenomenon known as attentional bias, where your brain, once it identifies an anomaly, cannot ignore it. Every time you leave your house, your eyes are drawn to it. You start to notice other things. The curtains are always drawn. The car hasn't moved. The lawn is slightly overgrown. The mailbox is not just a container of paper. It has become a silent narrator, telling you a story of absence, of abandonment, of a life frozen in time. Driven by a sense of civic duty, or perhaps morbid curiosity, you decide to make the call. A wellness check. You report the anomaly to the local authorities. An officer arrives, walks up to the house, and knocks. There is no answer. The officer peers through the windows, walks the perimeter, and then approaches the mailbox. He tries to open it, but it's jammed shut. He jots down a few notes, places a notice on the door, and leaves. From your window, you watch the entire mundane process, but you are left with a terrifying sense of anticlimax. Nothing has changed. The mailbox remains full. What could explain this? Let's explore a fringe scientific theory, the concept of a localized chronal singularity. This hypothesis suggests that a specific, small area can become desynchronized from the normal flow of time. For the house at number 42, time may have slowed to a near standstill. The mail continues to arrive day after day in our timeline, but for the residents inside, only minutes may have passed. The full mailbox isn't a sign of absence, but a terrifying monument to temporal displacement. They are home, but they are trapped in a different when. Your focus shifts to the only person who interacts with the anomaly daily, the mail carrier. You watch them. They approach the house with a strange, almost ritualistic slowness. They don't seem surprised or frustrated by the full mailbox. They simply hold up a new letter, and it seems to absorb into the existing mass of mail, vanishing without a trace. This observation breaks your understanding of reality. The mail carrier is not just delivering mail. They are participating in the phenomenon. Are they a victim, forced into this routine? Or are they a gatekeeper, feeding this temporal anomaly? One day, a storm knocks the mailbox from its post. It lies on its side, the contents spilled slightly onto the wet grass. Overcoming your fear, you approach. You pick up one of the letters. The address is correct, number 42. But the name is not your neighbour's. It's a name you've never heard. You pick up another, a different name, another and another. The letters are addressed to dozens of different people, all at this one address. The horror deepens. This isn't just one family's mail. This mailbox is a destination, a collection point for something far stranger. Your investigation takes you to the town archives. You search the history of the property at number 42. You find a pattern. Every few decades, the story repeats. A family moves in, and for a few years, everything is normal. Then the reports begin. Drawn curtains, an unmoved car, and a mailbox that is always full. The residents are never seen again. They simply cease to be. The house is eventually sold as an abandoned property, and a new family moves in. Unaware, they are resetting a terrifying cycle. The house doesn't just trap people, it consumes them. This leads to a chilling paranormal theory. In postal services, a dead letter is mail that can neither be delivered nor returned. What if the house at number 42 is a dead letter office for souls? A place where people who have become disconnected from the world, the lonely, the forgotten, the lost, are delivered. The mailbox isn't receiving paper, it's receiving people. Each letter is a new arrival. The full mailbox is a sign not of abandonment, but of occupancy. An occupancy that has reached its absolute limit. Then, the unthinkable happens. You go to your own mailbox. Inside, amongst your bills and magazines, is a single, crisp white envelope. There is no stamp. Your name is handwritten on the front. You open it with trembling hands. The letter inside contains only a single typed sentence. There is room for one more. The anomaly is no longer passive. It has noticed you watching. It has broken its own rules and crossed the boundary of your lawn. It has sent you an invitation. You are now part of the story. The psychological pressure is immense. Do you ignore the letter and live in constant fear, knowing that you are now on this entity's radar? Do you move away, only to wonder if the invitation will follow you? Or do you succumb to the terrifying curiosity and answer the call? The horror is no longer about your neighbor. It's about you. The mailbox has become a test, a question posed directly to your soul. Weeks later, a new family moves into your house. They are excited to be in the neighborhood. One afternoon, the new resident is collecting their mail when they look over at the house at number 42. They notice the curtains are always drawn. The car never moves. And the mailbox is always full. They watch for a few days, a flicker of concern in their eyes. Then they look over at your old house. They notice your curtains are now always drawn. Your car hasn't moved, and your mailbox, for the first time, is starting to get full. The cycle has not just reset, it has expanded. This broadcast is not just a documentation, it is a warning. The phenomenon of the full mailbox is a memetic virus, spreading not by air or by touch, but by observation. The moment you recognize the anomaly, the moment you become obsessed with it, you mark yourself as a potential candidate. The entity is a collector of the curious, a predator of the observant. So the next time you walk down your quiet suburban street and see a neighbor's mailbox that is a little too full, we implore you, look away. Forget you ever saw it, because it is already looking back at you.